Hi everybody, Adam here. Today we're taking a look at an EMD F7 Union Pacific A and B unit. I've built these based off of instructions from Brick Train Depot, and the models were designed by Nick O'Donnell. Quite excited about adding this locomotive to our collection. I have a number of Union Pacific train cars in our collection, which you've probably seen around our layout in other videos. But up until this point, those train cars have been pulled around the layout by just a regular Lego locomotive. So I think it's going to be awesome to have a complete Union Pacific train from front to back. Should look quite awesome, and quite excited to get this locomotive into action. Now, before we take a closer look at some of the awesome details on the A and B units, a couple of notes on items that are still in progress. First off, we're going to be putting some decals on both of these train cars. And one spot in particular that we'll be getting decals is the window areas here. You can see currently they are the clear window panels. And the decals will, I believe, turn this into a rounded window, like a porthole. So we will be getting those on there, which should look really nice. And one of the other details that I'm waiting on parts for is the two back wheels here. You'll notice they have the black framing on them compared to the rest of the wheels, which have the gray framing. Now, those wheels are pretty difficult to come by these days. I've cleared out all of the available lots of this particular wheel type in Canada, and I've got some coming from the US as well. So we'll be swapping those out when those orders arrive. But for now, the black framed ones work fine to get this up and running. But unfortunate that the gray ones are so difficult to come by these days, because they really do look quite nice, and just some nice details there, which I really appreciate on the lower parts of both the A and B unit. So now let's take a closer look at the A and B unit and all of the great details that have been packed into both of them. Starting off here with the A unit, really happy with the front end of this locomotive. Great shape they've managed to achieve here. I really like the size of this nose area, as well as the curves they've managed to get here, both in the yellow section and with the red here. And you can see even down below some great curves there with the dark gray pieces. So really nice job on the front end of this locomotive. Quite authentic, but also just stands out in a really nice way when you're looking at this locomotive, both up close and far away. Now, another detail that you'll notice, we've got magnetic couplers on both ends of each car here. So for now, I'm going with the magnetic couplers. I will probably switch those out at some point to the BMR KD couplers, but for now we'll go with the magnetic ones, and that'll make it easier to pull both the front end of the Union Pacific cars, which currently has a magnetic coupler because that's what the standard Lego locomotive had that I was using to pull those cars. But also it'll make it easier if I want to use these to pull other train cars that we have in our collection currently that haven't been switched over to the KD couplers yet. Now, other great little touches that I appreciate sort of on the top and on the side of the A unit. We've got the horn area up top here. I believe these are fan units on top, which look really nice. And then on the side, there's a number of great details packed in as well. We got these great footholds here for the driver, I believe, to step up into the cab area of the locomotive. Looks great, like the metal bars here on the side. And looking down the side of the locomotive here, I really like the mix of the vented bricks here and how they contrast off of the smooth Lego bricks. It's a real nice texture difference, which, I think leads some, works in with the authenticity of this locomotive, but also to me just provides a nice texture difference on the side when you're looking at this locomotive, especially from a distance. Just adds some nice little changes in texture there and breaks up the side of the locomotive a little bit. Looks quite nice. Now, if we look at the underside here, you can see great wheels on the locomotive. We've got the nice undercarriage unit right here. This locomotive is powered by power functions. So I've got the IR receiver in here and a battery pack. So we will be running this train or these two units around with the rest of the Union Pacific train in another video, so you can keep an eye out for that. But it's all powered up and ready to go, so excited about how that should work. But now let's take a look at the B unit, which you can see both the A unit and the B unit have these great areas, doorway areas here for moving between train cars. Really nice looking. You'll see on the B unit, we've got the magnetic couplers as well. And the B unit really carries a lot of the same details from the A unit onward. So we've got the fan units here on top. And looking at the side here, again, the great vented bricks in here mixed in amongst the smooth-sided Lego bricks, which I think looks quite nice. And again, these great footholds here and that with the metal bars to help pull the railroad workers up to these panels that are on the side here that can be opened. So just nice little touches here and there. And it's that consistency of design throughout that I really appreciate as well. You can tell that this locomotive was designed in conjunction with the other Union Pacific cars, and it's a very consistent coloring and texturing and general theming all the way down both the A and B unit, and as you'll see later in future videos, into those other Union Pacific cars. So this gives you a really cohesive, authentic look from the beginning of the train all the way to the end. So overall, quite excited about the EMD F7 Union Pacific A and B units from Brick Train Depot. Really happy with how they turned out and the overall look. I'm a big fan of the Union Pacific livery in general. I think the red and yellow with the gray mixed in there, it's a really striking color combination. So quite excited about being able to pair these two up with the rest of the Union Pacific train cars that we have in our collection. And definitely keep an eye out for an upcoming video here as we put the locomotive through its paces around our layout and see how these match up with those other Union Pacific cars. Now, if you have not checked out Brick Train Depot's website, I highly recommend going over there and taking a look at all of the great instruction sets that they have for sale. I've been really happy with everything I've built from there, and this is just another great example of the awesome instruction sets that they have for sale there. So I'll include a link below. Highly recommend checking them out. Also, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please make sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.